morning, Miles here. I'm very excited today because I'm off on a bit of an adventure to go and look at an old slate mine in mid-Wales. It's a place that very few people even know about. It's very, very rarely visited, so it's quite a special place. It's got a lot of old equipment in it and bits and bobs that I'm quite looking forward to having an explore, really. I'm going with some good friends. I'm going to go and meet them for breakfast in a second, then we're going to get underground. Just arrived, quite excited about this. I'm pleased that the rain's died off as well, so shouldn't be too wet a walk in, hopefully. Almost there now. Another minute or two. I'll be squeezing through a tiny hole and heading underground. I'm pleased to say I'm now inside. This horrible wrecked looking tunnel here is actually the way I've just had to squeeze through to get in. Bit of a collapse here, nothing too bad. Let's come down from this loose roof. There we go. There's a bit of a shaly band that's let go. Bit of water backed up here. Some tram rails on the floor. Yeah. Well, myself and my companions have reached a point where we've got to descend down to the lower floor of the mine. It's an abseil of about 20 metres, something like that, maybe a bit more. So I'm going to put our harnesses on and get down the ropes to the lower floor. I'm looking into a big cavern, and directly opposite me you can just see Matt in the tunnel there. There he is, he's just rigging the abseil. One of our parties just dropping down the rope there. Just been having a discussion about it. It's about 100 feet, so just over 30 metres down to the bottom. It's in a number of stages, and I'm not going to film myself doing that because I need my hands free for the rope, so I'll see you at the bottom. Well, we're all down on the lower floor now. Abseil went fine. Got to get up again later, that'll be fun. So just going to go and have a bit of a wander about, see what we can see on this floor. Oh wow, there's a machine base here, an air winch I would imagine. Scrapmen had that though when the mine closed. Oh, and it leads into this pool of water. Well, this must be the top of a chamber that will drop down to the next floor, which will be another 100 foot, so that'll be how deep the water is. Just come into a chamber here, and there's no way you're going to be able to see it on the camera, but it just goes up and up and up. Seems to go forever. Oh, look at that. Big tank there, that's a air receiver. It's about like a reservoir for compressed air from the compressors that are probably on the surface. Basically stores it like a reservoir for the air drills and such, so they don't get too much drop on the line. See the tracks disappearing into the water there. That's a haulage incline that will descend down to the next floor down, which will be about 100 foot vertically below this position. And as you would expect, behind is the winch that used to haul the wagons up. That's nice. Let's have a closer look at it. It's got its electric motor still on it. Big electric motor, big 3-phase motor. Big vulcanized cable running to it. Say 3-phase, it almost certainly is 3. Sometimes in mines they went with big DC Motors. Now that there's your three lines there, is a three-phase. There's a motor controller over there. Behind a big tank of liquid for cooling. The cable's coming in. This is the switch gear to switch the motor on and off. Big old breaker, that's good. Notice this as well, it's a powder horn. And it, see, it's painted red. You can just about see it's painted red. It's for storing gunpowder prior to pouring it into a shot hole. Don't be anything in it now. No, it's pretty empty really. Here attached to the roof is a saw blade, which looks like quite a dangerous thing to do. And its purpose would have been a signal bell. By banging on this, it would have made quite a nice ringing noise. And I suppose the people working at the bottom of the incline would know then there's a wagon coming down, so the operator of that winch would have given it a good dong before sending a wagon down, so they'd know there's one on the way. And if you can see that cave spider. And he's a live one. Oh, he's off. Bit brings back memories. It's the first bit I recognised from when I was last here about 15 years ago, if not a bit more. This was the way in. Just about to see it. It's a vertical shaft coming down, and it lands here. It's at the bottom of it. A good 150, 200 foot up there. I have to come down there to get in here. This is quite nice. Just noticed it on the wall. There's a benchmark. It's been carved into this slab here. You can see this top line here is basically an exact height that will match up on the survey. So when the surveyor was in the mine, he or she would have known the exact sort of level of that. So you can use it to work off to determine the height of everything else. I want to show you this absolutely spectacular view that's never going to come out on camera really. I'm on a bit of a ledge looking out over a drop into the bottom of the chamber down there. It's a fair way down. And if I lift the camera up, you can see this chamber just goes up and up and up. So eventually it breaks out to daylight up there, right at the top of the mountain. I don't know how high that is. I can tell you it's hundreds and hundreds of feet. It's a long way, and it's such an enormous cavern. It's absolutely crazy. Just come across this lovely two-man winch. It's very large. Quite characteristic of the kind of winches you get in the mines in this area. So you have usually a fellow on each side, and missing its rope. These two big driving gears the side here. And there's no steel rope on it. Some quarryman's drink bottle there. Let's have a look around this side. Oh, big brake lever. I presume it's a brake. Yeah, it is a brake lever. Yeah, there's the brake on this side. It's like a belt around the wheel there that tightens when you pull the lever and slows it down. So there's R on that side, R for right, I presume, or B. Anything on this? Oh yeah. BL and an arrow. FL, that's got to be front left and back left. I presume it's when the winch was made and would have come in like a kit form, and they've labelled up all the sides. Just on the edge of a horrible drop here. And just look over the edge. Probably can't see on the camera, just disappears down to oblivion, really. Hundreds and hundreds of feet. What the Victorians would have called a fearsome spectacle. And if we look over here, you can see there's this old catwalk on the right. It's just like a little crawly way, with a bit of rope and pipe protecting you from the drop, and it leads to my esteemed colleagues over there in that little slot in the wall. And there's an old winch there they're just having a quick look at. Got a feeling this leads to another horrible drop. Yeah. Yeah, that's a bit of a day spoiler. Oh, look at the side here, there's like a little walkway, like a catwalk. Wow, that is a very narrow ledge. Don't know where that goes. Goes to, I don't know, maybe some tunnel over there or something. I really don't feel like I want to walk along there. It's supposed to have looks like a barrier on the right, but all the wire's fallen away. That just looks terrifying. Oh, look, this lovely old winch that's just sat here. It's a bit like that other one. So it's very nice. There's some writing on the wall over there. Go see if I can get a bit nearer. I thought maybe that says 1940, but I'm not sure that it does. There's some initials over there. R-I-J, L-I-W, D-S something. Quite sure actually. Probably the fellas that used to work this winch. I expect. Let's have another look at it. There's a lovely old piece of machinery. It's clearly seen better days, but in that respect you've got something in common. Well, sadly I think it's time to make my way out and join my companions. Still a bit of a trek to get out of this mine from here. Go and head out and find a cup of tea somewhere. Well, I'm out now into the Welsh drizzle. It's good to see daylight again. I really enjoyed that. Quite a privilege to see the place. Even though I do work in a slate mine, you know, it's still an amazing experience seeing somewhere I haven't seen for a long time. Yeah, special. Well, thanks for watching the video and coming along with me. Hopefully I'll get a chance to do something else again soon. Thanks very much.